Hey, what's happening, DC Gamers? I'm the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's Scott Hall against Bron Breakker. It is our weekly birthday versus. We had 3 birthdays this past week. First one being Scott Hall, whose birthday was October 20th. Scott Hall would have been 66 this year. And then on October 24th was Bron Breakker's birthday. He turned 27, which is kind of crazy to think that Bron's only like 27 and he's already done so much. And he's already gotten as far as he has. And then today, October 26th, is CM Punk's birthday. He turns 46 today, which is also kind of crazy to think that Punk's 46 and he's still like, if you watch that Hell in a Cell that he just had, it's crazy that he's in his mid-40s and he's still doing this. So before we get into Raw and SmackDown, the first big piece of news to talk about was something that came out just before Raw went on the air, which was that Samantha Irving is leaving WWE, and not just leaving WWE, but she's already gone, I think. It basically came out like Monday afternoon that Samantha Irving had announced that she is leaving WWE. And not only was it announced Monday afternoon, apparently, from what we understand, is that's when she told WWE that she was leaving. Like, she literally told WWE, like, a couple hours before Raw went on the air, that she's leaving. And it was on Raw where she basically got not replaced, but because so basically they had Samantha Irving come out, announce for like half the show, and then they brought out Lillian Garcia to take her place. Now I don't know if Lillian's going to be like her full-time replacement. I don't think she is. But I mean, I wouldn't mind if Lillian Garcia kind of came back full-time, at least for a little bit, like a few months or so. So yeah, I don't know if this was just like a one-off. But yeah. Now, of course, the first thing that happened was, after this was announced, after Samantha Irving announced that she was leaving, people started saying that, she's leaving WWE so she could, be with Ricochet. Not so much that she could, not so much that she would join AEW, more so that she had, her schedule could then, match up with Ricochet's, so they could be in the same place at the same time more often, since Ricochet's now in AEW. Now, Samantha Irving has, said that it was actually more to do with that she wants to pursue a career in music, and WWE and her cannot reach a agreement over, like, her schedule that would allow her to do this. And apparently that is what led to her deciding to leave. Which, take that for what you will. There's always been that history of, WWE being very, it being very hard for WWE, or for people to do, multiple careers while working with WWE. With WWE kind of being like, if you're working for us, you're working for us. You're gonna kind of have to schedule and organize your life around working for us, not the other way around. But yeah, it's kind of crazy just how quickly this all seemingly happened. Again, I don't know if she's gone just yet. But the fact that, they already had Lillian Garcia, get established as her replacement makes me think that she's gone. which is, you know, crazy considering that she just basically told WWE, you know, the day of. So hopefully they left on good terms, and you know the door is still open for her to come back, because yeah, it's gonna be weird just, you know, not having Samantha be the one announcing for a bit. Ow. Alright, come on, we gotta get back in the ring, Bron. No. Hey, get back here. Ah. Ow. So yeah, that was the big piece of news for this week in WWE. So let's get into Raw. Let's actually get into Raw and talk about what happened there. Oh no. Don't take your eyes off your opponent, little man. Young one. Alright, so getting into Raw. First match of Raw was The New Day versus the Authors of Pain. Towards the end of the match, R-Truth came out, attacked The Miz and Karrion Kross at ringside. This distraction allowed The New Day to beat the Authors of Pain to advance in the tag team title tournament. You would think that would be the end of, you know, this segment, but instead, the Wyatt Six returned, making their first appearance in several weeks, attacking the Final Testament. And right when it seemed like they had cornered Miz, and were about to take him out, Paul Ellering basically pushed Miz out of the way and allowed himself to be taken out by Uncle Howdy, who attacked him with the Mandible Claw. So, looks like we're getting the Wyatt Six versus Final Testament, which that should be an interesting feud to see. And something people have kind of expected we would see for a while. That was actually one of the first feuds that, you know, people assumed we would be getting with the Wyatt Six really as soon as they debuted. So that should be kind of fun to see, since they all got a very different style. This also, you know, so this also opens the door for The Miz and the Final Testament to be working together a bit more. See if he becomes more involved in the group and maybe even becomes an official member. Ow. He's struggling a bit here. Well, all things considered, Cole, it's not a bad condition to be in at this point in the match. Oh. Got me. Hey, you knock it off. Learn your place. Learn your place, Junior. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you don't. Bye, kid. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez faced Kairi Sane and Io Sky. The match ended when Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, who were at ringside, attacked Sane and Sky to cause a DQ. This then led to Rhea Ripley coming out and attacking everybody before Dominic Mysterio came out and saved Liv from getting further beaten up by Rhea. Bulldog. Yeah, how do you like that? You stole your dad's move. Hey, no. I looked away for 1 second. Ow. I literally looked away for 1 second, I looked back, and next thing I know, I'm being held above his head. Oh no. No. Oh no. Huh. Looks like you haven't learned your lesson. Get out of here. So Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee beat the Creed brothers to advance to the tag team title tournament. It's a little weird seeing Creed brothers and, you know, American Made, them and Chad Gable not really do much ever since, you know, Chad Gable's like last match with Sami Zayn. Hopefully something is done with them soon. Something that kind of, you know, re-legitimizes them. Because I feel like if they really, that could be a fun group. If WWE, you know, books them right. I feel like that's a group that they should always be on the hunt for a title, whether it's the Intercontinental title, US title, World title, tag titles. And that should be a group that's always in like the title hunt. Even if they never hold it, they should always be like going after the champion and getting close to becoming champions. Like they should always be presented as like a constant threat. Ooh. And speaking of titles, in the main event, Jey Uso faced Bron Breakker in a match for the Intercontinental Championship, in a rematch, as Jey beat Braun to get the Intercontinental title. Late in the match, the Bloodline attacked Jey Uso, which gave Bron Breakker an opening to hit him with a spear and pin Jey Uso to become, or is that the term? Become the Intercontinental Champion once again. Which, yeah, that was quick. I mean, at that point, why even take the title off him? It's like, why even take the title off of him if, you know, Jay's only going to hold it for, what was it, 2 weeks he held it? He held it for 2 weeks, introduced a new design, and then lost it. Now, again, I think this is less about the title reign and more about Jay's involvement with the Bloodline. You know, with the story for the past few weeks has been Roman and Jimmy trying to, you know, convince Jay to join them in their fight against the new Bloodline. And now the Bloodline has kind of gone out of their way and dragged Jay into the fight. But hey, we got a new Intercontinental Champion, and yeah, I think that's the right decision to make. I mean, I feel like a lot of people felt that Braun shouldn't even have lost the Intercontinental title as soon as he did, so maybe this is them making up for it. Give Jey Uso his singles title win, you know, give him that little tick in the resume, and then, you know, bring him back to Braun, who's like the up-and-coming, you know, next big thing. So moving on to SmackDown, first promo of the night. Saw Randy Orton come out and called out Triple H for refusing to give him a match against Kevin Owens. Triple H came out and said, "You don't want this match." And Orton said, "I do want this match." So Triple H said, "Okay, you got this match." So he made Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel, but then warned Randy Orton to watch his back, and that he was trying to do this for Orton's own good. So the first match was Andrade Cien Almas versus Carmelo Hayes, and their 7th matchup. This one was a bit special as LA Knight was the special guest referee. The match was really fun, it was going really well, and then LA Knight got inadvertently bumped. He then attacked Andrade Cien Almas and Carmelo Hayes, both for calling for the bell and declaring himself as the winner. So, not the best ending, and with, you know, this Hayes and Almas series, which were like every match has been great, this one kind of felt like a weak conclusion. Now, I think part of that is because, you know, they didn't want to make one of them look week. They want to keep both of them looking strong, as this is most definitely leading to a triple threat for the U.S. title in the near future. So they wanted to keep both of the challengers looking strong going into it. It just felt like a kind of weird ending. Naomi beat Candice LeRae. Cody Rhodes had one more confrontation with Gunther, with the first one that got physical, with Cody Rhodes attacking Gunther, which then led to Ludwig Kaiser attacking Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton coming out to make the save. And then, and what was supposed to be the main event, the Motor City Machine Guns beat #DIY in order to advance in the tag team title tournament. First of all, the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns had a match with #DIY in WWE is actually kind of a crazy sentence to think, and it was a very fun match. You've got two of the best tag teams. You got one of the most experienced tag teams in wrestling today against one of the best. And it was just a very fun match to watch. So that was cool. Motor City Machine Guns are one step closer to becoming, or to potentially becoming, the WWE Tag Team Champions. And then the Bloodline came out. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa came out, and the Motor City Machine Guns said, "Hey, why wait? I know we're only in the semifinals or it's like the semifinals or the finals of the tournament. It's like, if hey, you're here, let's do the tag title match now," which the Bloodline then agreed to. They shouldn't, because then Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso came out and attacked the Bloodline, and then Jey Uso came out and joined his brother and cousin after weeks of kind of being apart and trying to get Jey Uso on their side. He came out, joined Jey and Reigns, and helped them take out the new Bloodline, allowing the Motor City Machine Guns to beat the Bloodline to become the new World Tag Team Champions. That was quick. I mean, wow. This team joins WWE literally last Friday, and then in 1 week, they're the Tag Team Champions. Okay. Now again, similar to the Intercontinental title match with Braun Breaker, I feel like this was definitely more about the Bloodline storyline than the title reign, or the title win. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that, now Motor City Machine Guns are the Tag Team Champions. That's cool. That's a sentence people probably thought they never heard, or would hear, that the Motor City Machine Guns are the WWE World Tag Team Champions. And they won them 1 week after joining the company. So that's cool to see. So now this opens up the question, what about the tournament? Because again, the tournament wasn't over yet. So does this mean that it's going to be Motor City Machine Guns versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, but instead of it just being a, another tournament match, it's for the titles? Which also, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus the Motor City Machine Guns is another really fun match. But then you still got the New Day. So is it New Day versus Rey and Lee, and then the winner of that faces the Machine Guns? Because again, either one of those, New Day versus the Machine Guns, or Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, either one of those could be really fun. And also the moment of Jey Uso reuniting with Jimmy and Reigns was also really cool to see, and a nice culmination of this arc, I guess, in the Bloodline storyline, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, that does it for Raw and SmackDown. A lot of stuff, 2 title changes, and a lot of potential matchups in the near future that could be really fun to see. We've got Crown Jewel coming up, and then we still got Survivor Series. The War Games matches are already kind of getting put together. It's kind of easy to tell who's going to be going up against who, but there's still the questions of who's going to be the third and fourth person for a few of them. So it'll be fun to see how those teams get fleshed out in the coming weeks. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make videos other time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we continue our Batman Arkham Knight walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and the bad guy, Scott Hall, signing out. Bye, guys.